So as you guys probably know, I am a future seer. So I went in the future and I watched Iron Man 3. And in the future, all movies will be played in theaters in buttfuckmanistan, where people will talk in different languages over top of the movie. So I couldn't understand exactly what's going on, but here's my quick review. So Tony and his girlfriend are hanging out at his house. His girlfriend's bitching to him because he can't sleep and all he does is just spend all his days building more Iron Man suits. And the reason that Tony can't sleep is because he's having flashbacks about his time in the Avengers. It goes to a flashback with Tony Stark talking to some blonde asshole. The blonde asshole is really nerdy and Tony Stark's like, get the fuck away from me, so he leaves him alone. And this leaves him bitter for the rest of his life. Then, fucking blonde asshole's talking to Tony Stark's girlfriend about some brain thing. There's this huge brain that comes on the screen. Awesome CGI shit. And, Tony Stark's security guard, or ex-security guard, is fucking listening. And I couldn't hear what the fuck they're saying, thanks to the beautiful people of buttfuckmanistan. So the blonde asshole's pissed off at him, and it's apparent. When the security guard leaves, he runs into these red people, and these red people have the super awesome magical power to explode. And they blow him up, they don't kill him, but they send him to the emergency room. Tony Stark is pissed at this, and the Mandarin fucking claims responsibility for it, and so he calls the Mandarin out and gives him his home address. So Tony Stark and his bitch are just chilling at home when the Mandarin shows up in his helicopters and blows up their house. And fucking the girl jumps in the Iron Man suit and escapes, and then sends the Iron Man suit back for Tony, and Tony escapes, but he doesn't go back to the house or to be with his girlfriend. Instead, he goes and flies to like Tennessee or some other fucking state no one gives a shit about. So he crashes there, and he has to drag the Iron Man suit until he finds a house. He goes inside the house and meets a little kid there, and I was like, oh fuck, is this gonna be a little kid's movie? Like, Jesus Christ, please don't fucking ruin my movie. These two assholes talk for a little bit, and it's all sciencey and stuff, and he talks about being bullied in school and blah 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 blah, and Tony pretty much tells him to fuck off and make him a sandwich. The kid did as he was told and fucked off and made Tony a sandwich. Later on, the annoying-ass little kid's walking down the street when he runs into these glowing red people and gets attacked. Iron Man shows up, well, fucking Tony shows up, and he's got part of the Iron Man suit, not the whole thing. And he fights him and ends up blowing him up and killing him. And, well, at least you think that, but they can actually regenerate. The red people are basically like the lizard people from The Amazing Spider-Man. Apparently the Iron Man writers were a huge fan of that movie. That movie fucking sucked. And, so they can regenerate, and fucking, they just turn really hot instead of into lizards. Apparently, Death Machine had sloppy sex with fucking Captain America, and they produced this fucking thing. So this guy's running all across buttfuckmanistan looking for the fucking Mandarin. And instead of finding him, he finds some red people and he gets captured like a little bitch. The Mandarin's people then use the Iron Man suit to attack the president. I forgot to get cut out for it. And they take the president as a hostage. At the same time, fucking Iron Man's bitch gets captured, and it's transformed into one of the red people. Starts glowing red. So then Iron Man, using a gun, goes into the compound of the Mandarin, and fucking they find the Mandarin in there, and it turns out he's nothing more than just some British dude who's a paid actor and thought it was all fake and green screened. It turns out that the Mandarin actually works for the blonde asshole, and that he created the red people to stop being so goddamn retarded all the time. The president's in the fucking Patriot Man, or whatever the fuck it's called, suit, and he's on some boat, and they're fucking going to burn him alive using oil. Tony Stark shows up, and there's a whole bunch of red people, and they start fighting, and then it wasn't looking too good for Tony. Then he calls in all the extra fucking Iron Man suits that didn't get blown up in the explosion of his house. So then they show up, and they just basically kick ass. Bitchy McBitcherson somehow falls in a fire because Tony was unable to grab her in time, and it's really sad. Iron Man and his suits are able to eventually defeat the blonde asshole, and it turned out she was alive the whole time, and they saved the president, and the fucking boatyard gets all blowed up, and the red people all get blowed up, and Tony's really happy about it. In the end, Tony gets this thing removed and finally gets the chunks of his heart torn out. I mean, fucking the bits that are head towards his heart, he gets them fucking taken out. Why he didn't do this earlier is beyond me. Also, it turns out Bitchy McBitcherson survived because she was turned into one of the red people, and the red people don't die from explosions, they die from other red people or getting blown up, except for not her because she's special, and fucking Iron Man promises to fix her, and he does. That's basically what happens in Iron Man 3, and I didn't like it all that much. Like, it was good, but, like, it wasn't Iron Man good. In the other movies, Tony Stark actually had to fucking build stuff and shit. Like, that's fucking awesome when he had to build this to save his life, or when he found the new element for this to save his life, like, constantly saving his life. In this one, he didn't have to do jack shit the entire movie. He just had a whole bunch of Iron Man suits just laying around. They never bothered to fucking call. Also, they never really fucking explained the red people. That may be because of the lovely people of Buttfuck Manistan talking over the blonde asshole. But all they do is, like, they show a scene with, at the very beginning, of them blowing up and stuff. And like, oh, I can't wait to figure out what happens. Like, ooh, what's going on? How'd they do that? They never fucking explain it. It's just like, yeah, these people blow up. Yeah, whatever. You know, fuck it. YOLO, right? The movie was like 2 hours long, and I still don't understand how the fuck it was that long. They could have explained so much more. They pissed all the time away with bullshit stuff and didn't focus on anything important. It's a tough choice between Iron Man 3 and fucking Oblivion. Oblivion was also a good fucking movie. Like, not great, not bad, just good. Like, they both are. And, fucking Oblivion could have been much, like, done so much better than it was. And Iron Man 3 could have been done so much better than it was. It also lacked fucking Tony's wise remarks, like the witty fucking comebacks. Like, the second movie was full of that, like, especially when they were with the one fucking guy in Congress or whatever the fuck it was. That was fucking hilarious, and they had none of that in this movie. There was, like, no witty remarks at all. Oh yeah, and in the end of the movie, Tony builds the kid a fucking lab for helping him out. The kid could have been fucking omitted. That was bullshit. Overall, I just wish they did a better job of explaining stuff, like what the fuck is going on. But they might actually do that, and the people of Buttfuck Manistan over-talked them, but I don't think so. I think they really just leave it open, like, yeah, this happens, it's a superhero movie, just go along with it. And I kind of liked how the other movies weren't exactly realistic, but, like, you could see it happening. These, it's just like, yeah, we got fucking red people, and they blow up, yeah, it's gonna be awesome, there'll be explosions, because the people themselves blow up. The one thing I can think of is maybe in Buttfuck Manistan they have a different version that was like cut differently, so it has different scenes in it, but I highly fucking doubt that. But maybe they put like an American version that has like a lot more fucking goes into like what the hell is going on here with these red people, and a lot less, hey, I'm a little annoying kid, ha ha ha. Overall, I give it an out of 10. Like, it's not fucking amazing, it's not absolutely horrible. Like, it's still Iron Man, like, it still got him, but it's just nowhere near as good as the other movies. This is a quick message from your lovely host. To all the people at school today who said I didn't see the real movie, how the fuck did I not see the real movie? It has Robert Downey Jr. in it! It's not like Robert Downey Jr. is like, oh yeah, I gotta make Iron Man 3, and then I gotta make a cheap ripoff of Iron Man 3. No, he gets all the fucking money for making the real movie. He doesn't just go around like, oh yeah, I can make a cheap ripoff now, and then they'll post it on the internet and really trick kids into thinking they saw the real one. And all the scenes from the fucking commercials in it. And people still tell me, oh, well, you probably just saw a different version of it. Oh yeah, that's just probably some other guy just made a cheap movie, and that's why it wasn't that great. No! It was a real thing, and it wasn't all that great!